Welcome back to HIMSS, and this is a Better Health coverage here. GetBetterHealth.com. We're here with Vivian from Motorola. So thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here.
Motorola and HIMSS must be very excited to be here. I don't know. Did you guys have you have any big announcements or things that you're doing here at HIMSS this week?
We do, actually. Motorola is focused all around mobility, as you know. And this year at HIMSS, we're launching several new products. What we have at our booth is our new cordless 2D scanner that is appropriate for the medication carts that the nurses have to push around for those 12-hour shifts. It's a cordless scanner. It's also Bluetooth. It has a power scan engine in it for 2D barcodes as well as 1D barcodes. It also, the unique features about it is that it takes up limited real estate on the cart. So we know that that cart real estate is precious for preparing your meds and getting ready for patient care. Where the 2D cordless scanner hangs is really on the back so that it's inobtrusive and it doesn't interfere with the workflow. So it hangs really from the monitor standpoint instead of the desk worktop standpoint.
And it seems like just however you're describing it's very small and very mobile, and it seems like it'd be very convenient for people.
It is. It certainly fits very easily into the nurse's hands in terms of the ergonomics. And because it does have the blockbuster scan engine in it, you can scan a patient wristband or even a curvature on a medication or even so much as a white or a clear IV bag very quickly and very easily. So I challenge people to come to the booth and put us to that test.
Very good, very good. And you said, did you have another product that you're announcing here as well, or?
We do. Few people know that Motorola actually is very strong in the wireless infrastructure. We cut our teeth, obviously, in retail, and the statistics are if our top 10 retail customers went down, it would negatively affect the world economy. But in healthcare, while we do have installs, it's really new for us to be telling our story from the wireless standpoint. This year, we do have new products to introduce that really our product has a tri-radio in it, the only one on the market. What does that mean for a healthcare facility? In terms of the deployment, it's less interruption to the facility in needing to put the APs and the radios in because it is a tri-radio. So it's what we call a deploy for today and grow for tomorrow. If you find that you're deploying wireless today and you want to do RFID tomorrow, guess what? You don't have to buy anything new. You don't have to install anything new. It's a matter of flipping the switch whenever you're ready to just turn it on and go there.
So it's wireless and it's RFID and other things too in this little tri-radio unit? Or?
It does. You can segment out your asset tracking from your voice, from your medication administration and communications, and even your guest access.
Wow, great. And where's this being used right now? I would imagine you're probably have sites all around the country using this type of technology.
Well, it does link into, of course, the 802.11n, which is also very new on the market. Motorola did come out with it even before it was certified, and we have made some changes to align with the certification. We do have our primary install right now is a small community hospital up in Michigan. And as you know, many of the academic institutions have already deployed their wireless infrastructure. The next generation for wireless are really those rural hospitals, the community hospitals, those who have not had a strong IT infrastructure and may be looking at these projects as a little overwhelming. So this makes it very easy for them to take it on and deploy it. It's little disruption to their facility. Motorola's wireless infrastructure also is considered the easiest to deploy out of the box. So while we can take on the services for the deployment or work with the facilities or their designated partners for deployment, it is certainly a realistic task now to roll out wireless across the facility and even across the campus, because we do have also the wireless broadband, which then extends from the single hospital to the campus, to the HIEs, and then also to the RIOs to share information, but do it in a secure manner.
Oh, great, great. Now, did I hear you right that that the wireless technology you would be utilizing the hospital's already existing wireless technology, or it would be a Motorola type of solution?
No, many of the facilities have already deployed a wireless. The next generation is really looking at 802.11n. Now, while Motorola does have the ABG, we also do have the N. And I believe personally that 802.11n is made for healthcare. Absolutely, because you can push out large files. You can really start to analyze the different ologies that we talk about, whether it be a simple X-ray or a CAT scan, and you could do it easily and quickly over the 802.11n.
Wow. So how would that work? That's kind of fascinating to me because sometimes I do wear a pager occasionally.
Come on up to the 2010s, huh? Yeah, it is just the same as a badge or a communication device that folks are using as an extension of their desk phone today. But it's a very small badge. We're working with a lot of the voice partners because Motorola is the hardware vendor. So it is important that we build out the ecosystem with our software vendors to ensure that it does work appropriately, whether it be with the Voceras of the world, the Avayas of the world, the SpectraLinks of the world, the ASCOMs of the world. And we also look at really holistically on communication of being able to link devices in to patient care. So it's being able to allow a nurse to be mobile and yet be accessible to her patients with communication by linking in the patient monitors to her device, linking in the nurse call system to her device, allowing her to also communicate peer-to-peer within the facility. You know, the statistics are that a nurse walks about 4 miles during her shift. And the statistics show that just by putting mobility in her hands for communications, she's able to cut that down to 2.5 miles during a shift.
Wow. So the voice, well, that would be two-way voice communication with this, or like with the pager thing, or is it?
It is two-way communication. It also has a small screen on it, so you can also send text just like you do with your pagers today. So it's a communication that you're able to do one-to-one, one-to-many. You can also scroll it through. So if you do a call out to a group and you don't get a response, you can start scrolling through and identifying others that you want to communicate with.
Wow, that's fascinating. Huh? There's no plans for putting a video camera on. They might bust me at Starbucks or something with my pager.
I don't think they really want that in healthcare anyway. There may be some security risks. What we do have, though, as a little bit larger form factor communication device as just their phone to carry around is a device that communicates within the system, but it also communicates out to the two-way radios. So we have seen a lot of interest in the emergency departments for the nurses and the staff to be armed with these devices because then they can communicate both with security and out to the EMTs on the ambulance and to the accident site and start bringing in that patient data to prepare for receiving a patient. It's the same form factor, it's the same device that is used as a communication within the hospital as well, but then they can communicate also out to the two-way radios.
So I guess in closing here, as far as Motorola goes, where can people find you on the exhibit floor? And for people who couldn't be here at HIMSS this year, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, on the internet, it's very easy, www.motorola.com. And then here at the exhibit floor, we're 7701 in the Hall B, as in boy, right behind the McKesson booth. But you can also find us out on the trade show floor among our partner community because we believe that without our partners, we're really just a hardware device. And it's very important to know that the software also has a very important role in playing with the Motorola devices, and that ecosystem is important. So you will find us out around the trade show floor as well in our partner booths.
Great. Vivian from Motorola, thank you so much for the time. I might have to stop by and try out some of that stuff.
It seems. At least better look at that pager.
Very good. Better Health coverage here live at HIMSS 10 will continue in a few minutes. We'll be right back.